If you dressed as nicely as other women, I might have proposed already, my boyfriend sneered. I watched him smiling at another woman on his screen, realizing our 3-year relationship had been nothing but a lie. But a few days later, he was the one trembling in a cafe, clutching his phone, too afraid to look around, pathetic, like a child. We had been together for 3 years. He worked as a copywriter at an ad agency. I was an editor at a small publishing house. On the surface, we looked like that stable couple neighbors admired, grocery shopping, cooking, walking the dog together on weekends. But routine had long replaced intimacy. He liked to control the details. The drinks in the fridge had to be arranged by color, and if I squeezed the toothpaste in the middle, he'd correct me. At first, I thought it was just his way of keeping order. Later, I realized that same control seeped into our relationship. He wanted me to wear the clothes he liked, post only the photos he approved. Men like women who stay a little mysterious. He once said as I buttoned the white shirt he had chosen for me. "And what about you? Still mysterious?" I asked. He didn't answer, just smiled. That night, while he showered, his phone buzzed non-stop. I saw a red flame icon flashing on the screen, and my hand trembled for a second. When I tapped it open, I felt nailed to the floor. His profile, photos, and chat logs were all there. He told another woman he wanted something serious. He'd even sent her the photo from our Mexico trip, after cropping me out of it. The sound of the shower stopped. I quickly exited the app, set the phone back where it was, and pretended nothing had happened. In that moment, it felt like I had been force-fed a glass of cold, salty water, my heart too numb to hurt. He came out, wrapped in a towel, smiling. "Movie tomorrow?" "You booked the tickets," he said. I looked up and smiled. "Sure." From that day on, I started acting. Morning coffee, tying his tie, asking about dinner, like a machine running on preset commands. But behind that, I was planning something of my own. I contacted Carly, my college friend. She was a freelance model, straightforward and cheerful. "You need my photos for what?" she asked. "Just testing something," I said. She raised an eyebrow. "Catching a cheater, huh?" I smiled without replying. "Use whatever you need," she said, sending a few casual shots, bright, harmless smiles. I used her photos to create a new dating profile. Name, Lena. Bio, love traveling, coffee, and honesty. Within minutes, I found him. The man I'd made breakfast for and walked the dog with, appearing on my screen again, wearing that same fake smile. I swiped right. A match. A minute later, he sent the first message. "Do you believe in love at first sight?" I stared at it for a long time before replying with a smile emoji. Over the next few days, Lena and he began chatting. He talked about work stress, said he'd been feeling lonely lately. "People around me are getting so cold," he typed. He was sitting right next to me on the couch as he sent that message, smiling at his phone. I sat on the other side, holding a book, hearing him chuckle softly. At night, while he showered, I kept chatting with him. "I bet you smell amazing," he wrote. "Want to grab coffee sometime?" As I read those words, I could picture his confident grin. I mimicked Carly's tone, playful, elusive. "Maybe. Depends if you can impress me." He replied instantly, "You'll be surprised." Each message was like a nail, securing him into the illusion he'd built himself. I made him wait 4 days. On the 4th morning, while he brushed his teeth, I sent. "Let's meet. I want to see you." He replied right away. "This afternoon? I know a great cafe." I picked one 20 kilometers from home. When he stepped out of the bathroom, he smiled. "Might be late today, team meeting." I said casually, "Okay, take care." He kissed my forehead. I almost laughed. At 3 p.m., I arrived half an hour early. The cafe sat on a street corner, warm light spilling from its tall windows. I waited in my car across the street, watching him walk in, shirt pressed, hair slicked with gel. He arrived 10 minutes early and sat by the window, checking his phone every few seconds. His eyes gleamed with the excitement of a man about to meet his dream woman. I typed a single message. "Sorry, I just passed by and saw you. You look way older than your photos. I'll pass." I hit send. A few seconds later, his phone lit up. I watched his smile freeze, fade, and collapse. He looked around, searching for no one. His lips trembled. His eyes went blank. A minute later, he stood abruptly, threw some cash on the table, and rushed outside. He sat in his car, head buried in his arms, gripping the steering wheel. For 15 minutes, he didn't move. I didn't feel joy, just a calm, cold relief. I got home 10 minutes before he did. Changed into a t-shirt, turned on the TV, pretending I'd just showered. When he came in, his face was pale, eyes red. "Hey," I said. "Work go well?" He muttered, "Fine. Just tired." I didn't ask more, just handed him a glass of water. His hand trembled as he took it. That night, he barely ate and went to bed early. After 20 minutes, I turned off the TV and went to the bedroom. He lay on his side, back toward me, shoulders shaking. "Stephen, we need to talk," I said. He turned around, fear in his eyes. "What's wrong?" "I've been thinking. I don't feel the same anymore." His brow furrowed. "What do you mean?" "I'm not attracted to you anymore. There's no point keeping this going." He sat up sharply. "Did I do something wrong? Did I ignore you? I can fix it, please." "It's not that," I said quietly. "You're just not the person I want to be with anymore." He reached for my hand, but I stepped back. "You can't just walk away. It's been 3 years." I looked at him coldly. "So what? 3 years doesn't mean you get to treat me like scenery." His breathing grew ragged. "You're seeing someone else, aren't you?" I gave a small smile. "Maybe." He froze, panic flickering in his eyes. "Please don't go. I'll change." I looked at him, the same man who'd told another woman, "You make me believe in love again," now kneeling, voice trembling. I said nothing and walked out. That night, he slept on the couch. The next morning, I heard him on the phone with his mother. She just stopped loving me. The sound of the coffee grinder drowned out the rest. A week later, he moved out. The keys he left behind sat cold on the shoe rack. A few days after, I deleted the Lena account. The last thing I saw was his profile, grayed out, lifeless, just like his face that day in the cafe. I tossed my phone on the couch. Sunlight streamed in, glinting off an empty cup. For the first time, the air felt clean. And that kind of clean wasn't about being alone. It was about being free from lies.